I'm joined now by Anastasia Duval, who's the chair of parenting charity Family Lives. Good evening, Anastasia.
Good evening.
Just so sad for all involved, and it sounds like the family were under enormous pressure.
Absolutely. I mean, it is a tragedy, and it's very clearly a tragedy for the parents, for the children. And I think that what is very apparent is that this was a family that was struggling, and in particular a mother that was struggling. And we know now about many of the mental health issues that she was suffering, as well as having a very difficult job. I mean, we mustn't underestimate how hard what she was doing was. So ultimately, I think it's going to be quite difficult, really, to take necessarily generalizable lessons from this. I mean, we will be able to learn some of the perhaps mistakes that were made, particularly were there lessons around what the authorities did. But I think in this case, we must remember this is a particularly tragic one. It isn't a particularly common one in the sense that we're talking about 3 children and a mother who did have a lot of difficulties. So it's important that we do bear that in mind.
Absolutely, and you're saying it's these kind of things are specific to this case.
Yeah.
Having said that, I mean, parents who do have children with debilitating conditions must be wondering if the safety net is really there for them, especially as this family, they say, were put under pressure by social services and the medical profession.
Absolutely. I think one of the first reactions might be that perhaps this family didn't have enough support. And it's very interesting to hear, or tragic again to hear, that actually in many cases it seemed that this support was unwelcome, in the sense that we're hearing that the family didn't agree with many of the suggestions or interventions that were coming from the authorities. But we do know that in other cases actually parents feel less supported. So perhaps that support is the wrong support, or indeed there isn't that support in place at all and they simply aren't hearing enough from the authorities. So that's why it does matter to really understand in each case, is it a case of the wrong support, or is it a case of no support at all?